So, welcome. When I was preparing this talk to you today, I realized that this year is 40 years when I joined Franciscan Missionaries of Mary. You see here, exposition of Jesus. Our congregation is Eucharistic Center Missionary Congregation. We are all over the world. But what is unique for us is that every day we have a personal adoration for half hour. So I suppose I should know something about relationship with God after 40 years. What I want to say first is, I'm not going to lecture you or anything. I want to share with you my experience. Life is a journey. Relationship is a journey. When I was your age, I have big dreams. God must have meant a lot to me because I decided to give my life to Him. However, my understanding of who God is and how my relationship with Him should look like, I think is very different today. I lived in Poland, worked with disabled people. Before that, I teach in school. In 2010, I came to UK. Totally new country, new culture. I was sent to Scotland, in Aberdeen. I never know where Aberdeen is. Beautiful Scotland, wonderful people. I learned so much. I worked there 15 years. Now I'm here in London, and again I'm learning more about culture of English people. So every step of my journey teach me something about myself, and also open me more probably to relationship with God through my work, through other people who I met. So before we go to the next slide, I would like you to think for a second, because the first thing I want you to talk about is, what is it good relationship? What is it relationship? What do you think? 2 or 3 things that you think are the most important to create and sustain good relationship. Think quickly and talk to each other, maybe find some important points. Yeah, talk just to each other for a second.
I would add because you worry pretty yourself to someone else. Make yourself vulnerable. Yeah.
So, sorry to stop you. When I was trying to prepare the next slide, I was looking online. Mr. Google told me that could be 10 or 20 important things. You maybe find another one. I choose 3. So please, another slide. I choose 3 things. Now, effort, quality time. You are young technology people. I like technology, but I was born where there was no phone. TV was just in Poland starting, and only quite the rich people could have it. And we have toys which were mostly moved by hands, not by clicking. So quality time and effort. Effective communication. I added from my perspective, honesty. For today, talk is very important. Mutual respect and trust. And believe it or not, all of this and more is needed if you want to have a relationship with God. Effort or quality time. Well, if you don't give Him a time, you could call it prayer or whatever you wanted to, you know? But if you don't give a time and some kind of effort, well, you wouldn't have it, isn't it? Effective communication, honesty. You see, as a Catholics, we are taught to pray very well, Our Father, Hail Mary. We are sort of like a part of Christianity that we express ourselves from something was already written. We are not so good with just saying what is in our heart. When I was in Scotland, all my work was with connection to other Christian groups. Church of Scotland, Church of England, Methodist Church, whatever you could say. And the first thing I noticed is that they could pray like that. They could turn anything to prayer. And here I was, well, Our Father, Hail Mary, and I knew a little bit more because I'm a sister. But you see, what is honesty with relationship to God? Well, you cannot go and say, God, I love you, you are wonderful, if you feel it that you are not connected to him, that you don't know who he is. You have to just say, Lord, I would like to know you, but I don't. Help me, you know what I mean? That's honest prayer. And God will answer that prayer. But if you are not honest, you wouldn't get answer. God is not, if we believe in God, if you believe that he knows before you say it, well, you cannot lie, can you? And you're not probably doing this because you want to lie to God. You want to be polite, and that's how we were taught. So honesty, mutual respect. You need to remember that God respects you. Even if you sin or make mistakes, whatever you want to call it, sin is not very popular now. So let's say we make mistake, we take different directions. God respects you. God is above this effort. If you give him a minute, he gives you a lot of blessing. He's so happy to see you. He is so happy to share his love with you. But the question will be, do we believe that? Do we believe that? So that's a mutual respect. Please, from today, remember, God respects us. God give us freedom, and to respect this freedom as much that, when you think about it, is a time of resurrection. God respect our freedom. It means didn't stop us killing his son. God respect human freedom, so don't stop war or anything else. That's a big question for us. Why war exists? Why everything exists and God don't do anything? Because God promised us freedom, which means that some of us, humans, could choose to be bad and do bad things to others. And God still respects this freedom. Try to rectify what we do wrongly, but he respects us. Trust. How I build trust with God? Well, hopefully on the end you will have some other ideas about it. So, if we have another slide. First of all, I would like to talk to you about the image of God. Who is he? Think for a second. If you could use one word or show one picture to someone who asks you who God is for you, what would it be? You could choose what I choose. Beautiful picture. Is it God there? Is that the image of God? Or maybe not. Our imagination, that's the place when God talks to us. So, next slide please. Some pictures of which I choose and I love. Look, for a second. Is any of them that speak to you? By the way, this picture was painted by one of our FMM Polish sisters. Others are. These all pictures are the picture I love. And in different stages of my life, I sort of connected to that picture and believe that God, what is God for me? Loving father, friend. Beautiful picture. Unfortunately, a lot of us including me, have difficulties to relate to God like that. And the problem is very often human relationship, that we are in it already. We not always have a experience of a loving father or loving parents or loving friends, isn't it? In my experience, which I will share with you now, my dad left before I was born. I think I was 15 years sister when I realized when I'm saying our Father, I'm saying our Father but never my Father. And that was my journey to deeper relationship with God. You see, I was honest. I said to him, listen, I can't relate to you as Father because I didn't have Father. So you see, that's honesty in prayer. If we bring our pain to him, he will help us go through. I believe in this picture. I believe now in this picture, look, the most human and kind face you could, but I didn't, because I was broken. I was hurt, but human relationship which we have. So please, from now on, remember, your experience is perfectly normal, whatever it is. If it's good, fine. If it's not, also fine. First of all, if you think not about your father, imagine the father you would like to have it. The perfect father you would like to have it. And then multiply that by 10 or maybe 100. And that will be God for us. You see? And then maybe you will be able to relate it to him. This doesn't matter what was your relationship with your father or other members of the family, male or female. Friend, the same. We have lots of friendships. Many of them just disappear for different reasons, isn't it? Sometimes we are betrayed like Jesus was. He was betrayed by someone that he loved and he kissed him. We sometimes are betrayed in life the same way, isn't it? We do so much good and the person just betray us with the most difficult or awful way human being can do. He did experience all of that. So we could relate it to him. We could relate it to God because Jesus became one of us. That's my favorite picture of Roman cross. Somewhere exists, I cannot find it now online, sort of like set of 3 different pictures. And depending which side of the cross you are, you have agony, cross, death, or resurrection on this one cross. That's why I love this cross. So, there are so many questions and difficulties in our life that stop us from really trusting God. And if you don't trust, you cannot have a relationship with someone, isn't it? The war, the difficulties. Cross. When I was teaching, I used to say to children that that's the definite word, that God loves us so much that he died for us. And think for a minute, if we really believe that God is who God really is, Jesus could not die. He could just walk away, like he did before. If you read the Bible, they want to stone him. And he, with his God power, just sort of just numbed them that they didn't know what was happening, and he walked away. On the cross, he didn't. He took it for us. I don't know why. But you see, there is no life on earth without the pain. So maybe that's why God also took the pain to show us, I understand you are in pain. I took it to show you that's life. I cannot stop it, the bad people doing bad things, but I love you and I try to help you to go through whatever in your life you have to endure. Next slide, please, okay? So, now, yes, this one. Where could I see him? You see, with God is a little bit different. I don't know what to call it. We could call it distance relationship or whatever, isn't it? You are there. We believe he is there, but you don't see him, isn't it? So how to build a relationship like that? Well, you cannot have a mobile phone and talk to God by that, isn't it? It will be wonderful. But Bible say that through nature we see Creator. Now, before I explain myself better, think about the book you read it, or film you watch it. It was so good, you were so captivated that you thought, this film is great. Whoever created is a very clever person, isn't it? You never met the person. You maybe don't know how it looks like, but you already know who this person is, isn't it? Through what the person created. The same way you could see God. We see what he created. All around us is beauty, and he is in it. He created us as a beautiful human being with wonderful hearts, mostly trying to do good, sometimes be lost. So, you see, that's also different stages of my life. You could see it. You see yourself. What you are attracted to is where are you in your life in a journey. If through that point you could see God. You don't have to like squirrel. I didn't like all my life. I fell in love with them in Putney, where I live now, because we have them. They come to the garden, believe it or not. One of them danced in front of me when I was cooking. And from that time, I just fell in love with them. You see, in this part of my journey, when I see a picture like that, I just praise God. But I always was fascinated by water and sunset or different things. Not much to the flowers until I was asked to be responsible for our website. And like you know, you cannot use the photos from online. I have to make mine. So I started to make all sorts of different photos, and I fell in love with different flowers. We could find him around us if we look deeper. When I was a young sister, one of the priests in Poland told me, beauty and love is creative. Sin is not. It's dull and repeatable. And if you don't believe me, go to Old Testament and read it. You find that everything there, what is now, 2,000 years ago, people sinned the same way like we do. They just have different equipment. They didn't have a phone, so whatever. But the sins are the same. But beauty is beauty, and always is new and fresh. Always is new and fresh. So that's one way to relate to God. If I could have another slide. Now, the other thing, God speaks to you through your passions. So what is your passion? One of my passions is cosmology. This is a planet called God's eye. Would you believe it? But science who don't believe in God, they name for some reason this discovered by NASA around 10 years ago or so. I fell in love with this picture. I pray through that very often. I believe might be the God eye. It's the eye, isn't it? But isn't that something interesting? That science who don't believe in God, suddenly they saw this and they name it Eye of God. And apparently it's sort of in the middle of cosmos. From childhood, I was interested in the planets. As a Polish person, you learn in school so much about Copernicus, who we say that he stopped the sun and turned the earth, and all this. Big Bang and other theories which tell you that science and knowledge is against faith. It's not true. Copernicus was the priest. Never say this in a book. Communists just crossed this because it wasn't, they were not happy to tell us that. Galileo also was very close in the church. Church was always open, however slow to accept things. Just give time to really develop some kind of ideas before we say, yes, that's something. Now, science say, I don't know if you know, but I share with you because fascinate me that. Big Bang is not the beginning of the world. It wouldn't happen if something else happened before. What they say nowadays, that's how far we went, that at the beginning there was one moment that loving, kind energy was released, like in one split second. And through that, everything chain by chain start to be. And you know what? They say someone must release this. You could name it how you want it. We will say God, you could say whatever. But that's what they say. Imagine. And what they say to us, which is even more beautiful and fascinates me, and I pray over this, this energy, loving energy, was released only once and has never added anything else to it. So anything that exists is exchange of this loving energy. You get it, you take it, and you give it. So you see, whatever exists around us is up to us. We take loving energy, we take life, we get it as a gift. What we give it back exists around us. Beautiful thing, isn't it? And with that, death was part of life. It is natural. One thing died to give life to another. Like flowers die, leaves die. We see this when we live in the country, there are 4 seasons. So we could see this perfectly, isn't it? But life will come back. Only because we lost trust to God. What is sin? It's not the apple or whatever you want to call it. It's we lost trust to God. So we think God is against that. He's not. Life, pain, death is not against us. It's a part of a life which takes us to be close to God. If we come back to that, we will be happy in life. There is no life, and God cannot promise you without pain and without death. That's why Jesus died, to show us. I'm ready to take it, what you experience, to show you that I love you. You see, if you believe in God like that, would you not want it to relationship with Him? Would you not? Would you not take 5-10 minutes a day? I don't know. Maybe when you shave, some people like in the shower to sing. Whatever, maybe on the train to work, on the tube, whatever. You could find the time if you wanted to. If you wanted to. Now, don't discard yourself as a sister. Sometimes also, busy day, a lot of to work. I leave prayer to the end, and after that it's very quick and sort of, because I'm tired. That's fine. We are only humans. But effort. Not once a month, not twice a year. Like, Scottish people say now that they go to church 3 times in life. They call it Hatch, Match, and Dispatch. Do you understand? Hatch means you were born, so baptism. Match, when you are married. And Dispatch, you should know what is it. When you die, then you go wherever the next part is. You see? We are humans. And God knows that because He created us. If we believe that, if not, what else? Why you are here? What your life means to you and to others? If it's no God, there's nothing. So if it's no God, why people believe in ghosts or something else? If it's no God, it's just life and you died and finished, so it's no ghosts. I don't know why in America so many people hunt these ghosts and you could see the programs on TV, isn't it? Well, if you don't believe in God, there is no ghosts, because there is nothing else. You live here, you died, that's it. So you see, we are sort of like schizophrenic people. We see in TV some things, they say, no, there is no God. But after that, they sort of present life to us, like God really exists, but we just don't want to name him. Could I have the next one? Now, this is the question for you young people, isn't it? Is there God? You know who is it, isn't it? I was there. I was standing here. He's dead. Is he? Tell me, is he dead or not? You know, I Googled today to tell you, because I knew it's quite a lot of other saints who are not corruptible. The most famous is around 18, from 17th, 18th century. He is the youngest, he is your generation. And because he is young and because he died now, he is sort of like, this is glass, so you could almost touch him. It's fascinating and scary. Because if you see Acutis like that, you cannot not believe, can you? Why he is still alive? Is he dead or is he alive? What is happening here? Padre Pio was the other one, our century. I saw him also. I had a chance. Padre Pio was the first I saw, and I never forget the experience. But even Acutis, even more, because you could be so close to him. It's up to you who you do want to listen to. Because the world is saying all sorts of different things to you, isn't it? Your friends laugh because you go to church or you say you believe in God. But there are things to prove that we are not stupid or normal or whatever they want to call us. And that is one of them. He was fascinated by, you know, by what? Why he is a saint? He was fascinated by proof that Jesus really exists in Eucharist. He was making videos, PowerPoints, and different things for young people, showing the miracles that happen to prove that this is really the body of Christ. Do you know, because of one of them, I knew that I have a little bit closer connection to Jesus than some of you. Because one of the miracles is when the priest break the bread, blood drip. And we know now that was AB. And my blood is AB. You see? So I'm sorry if you are not AB, you are not as close to Jesus. We could say that. But look, there are so many things that we cannot explain unless we say God must exist. Not is. He must. Because if not, how do you explain the things that are happening around us? Okay? Could I have another one? Now, so that's a little bit. I'm not so sure if I express myself well. There are some resources you could use. You maybe know them, maybe not. I like this 3 minutes retreat, that's Jesuit application on the Google or whatever. 3 minutes, every day, new picture with lovely prayers and music. Pray as you go. Secret space that also Jesuits. Short reflection every day will help you to pray. Hallow and Word on Fire. That's the two modern. Both of them you have to subscribe to. So if you're willing to pay something, I use them for short time both. Word on Fire was started by Bishop Barron from America. He's very well known, if you know him. It's very worth, if you have the money, you want to pay. Because if you pay subscription, you have everything what they have. They have TV, which is run by young people. They invite all sorts of different people from different faith, not believer. They discuss issues that are important for you, which is difficult to explain in 40 minutes, isn't it? But this is something that will nourish you, will give you the food to build your relationship. Others like Magnificat, where all of them are as application, however, you could find them also in the website version. Website, again, Word on Fire. I was thinking about the books. However, it's difficult to suggest some books if I don't know what you are interested in and on what kind of level of your faith you are in. So I just put for you St. Paul's. You buy everything online, but if you want to go to Westminster Cathedral, St. Paul bookshop is just next to. A lot of good things, you could find it there. Franciscan father, who in America started the Christian Meditation Center, is not only for Catholics. That's the website. You could get him. Father Rohr. Very good books. And very good. You could subscribe on this website and you will get his meditation every day on your phone or on your tablet, whatever. I do the same. So I get up in the morning, have a coffee and click, and I have it ready. We are that, isn't it? We have phones and things we like that. I like too. I'm just not as you hook on it because, well, I use it if I like it. That's the fact. Okay. Now I would like to come back to the first photo. The first slide, sorry. The very first slide. You see? You come back to adoration. You want to know him face to face? That's only our chance. He said, this is my body. This is my blood. He didn't say, this reminds you about me and my body. He said, this is my body. So, face to face with God, that's only our chance at the moment. When we die, when we meet him, we'll have a chance face to face. At the moment, that's one of our chances. A lot of churches, more and more, allow us to do it. A lot of churches have adoration, so if you wish to. And at the end, I would like to share with you one of my meditations. I wrote this maybe 10 years ago. And just my short meditation. Maybe English is not the best. Saying this. Well, just saying. Who can't really the hair? I don't know. I am almost 60. I cannot imagine how many of my hair fell down. But if this is real, if really somebody cares so much, do you understand? He was telling you that he cares so much, that the things that we just pass by like normal are important to him because he loves us. If you believe that, would you not want to talk to him? Would you not want to have a relationship with God like that? So you see, I'm coming back to what I told you. Image of God. What kind of image you have, that's the key. Because if you have an image like that, you would like to talk to him. But if you have a different image, you may be not. You will be scared of him. Or you say, I don't want to do anything with him. I have my life, I'm happy. No. He's a problem, isn't it? So that's my sharing. I don't know if I took too much or not too much.
Thank you for the inspiring talk on how to deepen and strengthen our relationship with God.